o ka pula le lale ana mai. Haina mai ka puanala, kou papalina lahi lahi. Haina hou ka puanala, e aloha wawia oe. Haina mai ka puanala, kou papalina lahi lahi.
Aloha kakahiaka, everyone, and welcome to Hula at Home. I'm back. I'm back. So glad to be back here. We did miss a week, but that's okay. We're going to go back and do a little review on the last song that we worked on, and of course, finish up the song as well. I believe we got up until the chorus. But if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Leialoha. Along with my husband Tiki Dave, he's running the background action. He's the administrator, if you will. And you've been listening to the beautiful sounds of my cousin, Darlene Ahuna. She has recorded every possible traditional Hawaiian song you could ever think of. So you can find her music on iTunes or all your popular music streaming services. So go check it out, Darlene Ahuna. That's Ahuna from the Mokuokeawe, Big Island. So as I mentioned, I'm Leialoha, and we're doing Hula at Home. My husband and I, Tiki Dave, we've been part of the Princess cruise ship family for almost 16 years, and unfortunately, because of the pandemic, well, we are not cruising. And we had helped create a wonderful program for the cruise line, which has become very popular, and I know there are many of you out there that have cruised with us before, and you're so anxious to get back on the high seas again and cruise everywhere, in particular to Hawaii, because we have a wonderful 15-day program on those Hawaiian cruises. And many people said, hey, we miss the ukulele classes, we miss the hula classes. Can you maybe try to bring them online? So here we are. I mean, David, how many classes are you in now? You're like 47th ukulele play along with Tiki Dave. My hula had just started up a couple weeks ago, so it's fairly new. So we are four songs deep, yes. So what I'm going to do today is, since we missed last week, let's just go over. Let's do a little bit of a brush up on our basic steps for our newcomers. I know we have, do we have any newcomers out there? David's letting me know what's out there. So if you are a first timer, make mention there on the messaging and let us know that you're a first timer. We're just going to do a real quick review on our basic step. So remember, the basic kaholo is simply 2 steps to your right, 2 steps to your left. So when I'm teaching you in reverse so that it looks correct to you from where you are sitting or hopefully standing and hulaing, all right? So let us start. David, can we have a little bit of music? Now remember, you need to aiha'a, which means to bend the knee. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to rest them on our hips. Yes, we're going to bend the knees, keeping the legs about shoulder width apart. We're going to take 2 steps to your right, 2 steps to your left. Nice and easy. Okay, so we're going to aiha'a. We're going to step, bring it together, and step, and bring the feet together. So the feet are flat and the feet are together, and then we're going to repeat in the opposite direction, going to your left. We're going to step together, step together. The bending of the knee, remember, or knees, if you will, plural, is very important, because the bending of the knee is what gets the okole moving. Okay, the okole is your backside. It's a general terminology in the Hawaiian language for your backside. Now, the actual word has been clarified, that the word okole actually means the inner sanctum, if you will, of the gluteus maximus. So not necessarily the buns of steel, if you will, are actually called lemu, Lemu. But the popularity of the word okole, like when you hear okole maluna, means if you're doing a cheer with a cocktail or a beverage, you would say okole maluna, which means bottoms up or booty up. Okay, but for simplicity's sake, we're going to say okole. If somebody corrects you, just go with the flow. Okay, but let's go with okole. So you got to bend the knees to get the okole to move. Yes, if you keep the legs, the knees locked tightly, what you're going to get is the zombie robot dance, which would look like that if you're not bending the knees. Now, if you cannot bend the knees for health purposes, physical purposes, then that's cool. But if you can, there is no excuse for you not to bend the knees. You will notice when you see the younger people, When I say younger people, I mean people younger than me. They can bend very deep with the knee because, when you're younger or if you're super physically fit, your knees are strong, your legs are strong. You can squat to the ground and stand up 600 times and not feel any type of pain, which I think is pretty phenomenal if you ask me. So bend those knees, hands on the hips. Here we go. We're going to kaholo to the right, and we go and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as I move right to left, my feet come together and they remain flat. The knees are bent, and you might be able to see my top is pretty big, and I've lost a few pounds, so the top's kind of really big now, which means I have an excuse to eat extra ice cream. No, I won't. So bend those knees, okay? So you'll notice and you'll feel as you dance with the hands on the hips, you'll be able to feel your hips move side to side. If you're not feeling those hips move, then that means you're not bending your knees, yeah? If your hips are not moving, then that means then you've got them locked tight. So let them go. Bend a little bit, okay? That's your basic kaholo. And stop. Now let's also go over the hand movements as I talked about before, how we're going to move our hula hands. So let's just go over it real quick. You want to lift those arms up. Now the best way to describe using your hula fingers, if you will, I would suggest thusly. So you take your arm, your hand, for the purpose of demonstration, I'll just hold it up here so it's close to my body and you can see. You're going to use your wrist. You're going to lift up the wrist ever so gently, lifting up the wrist. Yeah, drop the wrist. Lift the wrist up and drop the wrist, okay? The fingers stay together. The thumb is separated from your fingers, your other fingers. Your thumb is still considered a finger, isn't it? So keep your thumb away from your other 4 fingers, keeping those fingers together, not too tight, not too loose, very gentle. And you are going to move your fingers thusly, lifting the wrist and then dropping the wrist. So as you lift the wrist, the fingers go down a little bit. And then when you drop the wrist, the fingers come up. So a nice gentle movement like so. 1. Notice how my thumb stays away from my other fingers. I don't have it in here because you can't really move if this thumb is tightly against your other finger. So keep that away. Okay, 1 and 2. Now we're going to do the same thing simultaneously with the other hand. So we're going to incorporate both hands into that basic kaholo. So you've got the foot movement already, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. But let's talk about how the arms and hands are going to work. So you're going to take that right hand, you're going to extend it fully to the side. I have the arm fully extended, so I'm not going down the lazy man shuffle road, okay? If you cannot lift your arm, then I completely understand that. But if you have the capability to lift your arms, then please, by all means, do. Keep those arms up nice and high. Your hands facing down, palm facing down. Remember the thumb is away from the other fingers. Fingers are together and flat. You're going to take your left arm, which is my right. You're going to bring it up to your chest nice and high, okay? So this hand should be right about at your boobage, if you will, where they are at about 50 years old, okay? For some would be up here, some down here, but right about there, okay? Keep the elbow out to the side. The hand should not cross over to the chest unless otherwise specified. You want to keep the hand out to the side. When you cross over this way, where are you going, David? Oh, here's the mailman, the tourist zone. That's the tourist zone, meaning you don't want to be here. People always tend to go here, are visitors, and I guess because that's what they see on TV, but that is incorrect. Unless the song tells you to do that, keep that hand off to the side, and we're going to incorporate that as we move 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. So let's bend the knees. And then here we go. And to the right, 2, 1, and 2. Watch my wrist. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Again, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Your basic kaholo. Beautiful. One more step I want to go over before we move on, of course, is the ami and the ami kuku. The ami and the ami kuku use what we talked about earlier, your backside, your okole, And again, very important for you to bend those knees. So we're going to be standing in place, legs about shoulder width apart, bend those knees, hands on the hips, using the knees, using the legs. How do you say the word? Centrifugal force. You're going to push those hips around in a circle, okay? Around and around. All of the aloha should be here in the middle, okay? If you find that this is happening, guess what you're doing or not doing? You got it. That means that you're locking the knees and you're not bending the knees. When you bend the knees, the legs will push the hips around in a circle. If you're locking your knees, then you get the Shirley Temple strut, okay? So we want to try and steer away from that. Let the legs do the work so that your hips move around in a circle. That is your basic kaholo. Now, the other movement that we're going to be using is also the amikuku, which is 2 slow rotations and then 3 quick rotations. So we're going to do 2 slow, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Again, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Do we have any questions out there in Facebook world? Okay, beautiful. Okay. All right, so let us go over the song that we worked on the last time we were together, and that is a beautiful tune that takes us to the island of Kauai, also known as the Garden Isle. I know for a lot of people who cruise with us, we always talk about, we wonder which island is a favorite for our visitors. And I want to say, would you say that Kauai is probably a favorite for most people? I'm a bit partial to the Big Island because we live here. And it's awesome. And I love Oahu because it's so diverse. I mean, you got the big city. I mean, that's for us in Hawaii, Honolulu is the big city. It's like the New York for us. You got Honolulu, and then you can go to the countryside, to the North Shore when you have the little mom and pop shops and teeny tiny little family restaurants. And, there's a lot of diversity on the island of Oahu, but the island of Kauai, of course, is beautiful as well. They have lovely weather. They're kind of like us. I mean, here on the Big Island, would you say the last week, it's been raining cats and dogs like all day and all night long. For people like me who have special hair, you can't go out in the rain because then I'd be getting my fro on, which nothing wrong with getting your fro on, but it's not a good look for me. But it's been raining a lot, which is great for our yards, our plants and whatnot, but it's not fun going out in the rain. And Kauai has their share of rain too, and that's why that island is so beautiful and green. Now, the song that I taught everyone a couple of weeks ago is a popular Hapahaole tune called Hanalei Moon. And Hanalei, again, is a beautiful part of the island of Kauai. And I know many of you have been there who've cruised with us or perhaps have gone and flew to Hawaii on your own time. But we love pulling into Nauwiliwili Harbor and getting out and about, going to our favorite restaurants and beaches and favorite shopping areas and whatnot. So let's walk through the hand gestures. Now, we got as far as all the way up to the chorus of the song. So we're going to work on that and just review that. Now, the lyric of the tune, or the lyrics go, when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. Okay. When you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. So Hanalei, the song talks about the beauty of Hanalei and their lovely moons. Okay. So when you see Hanalei by moonlight, this particular song, you're just going to be doing pretty much kaholos throughout the course of the song, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a slow ballad, so it'll be very slow kaholoing going on, okay? So when you see Hanalei by moonlight, we're going to make the gesture to see or to look, and it goes thusly. You're going to take your left hand, and you're going to bring it to the outside of your eye, okay, the side of your face, if you will. Now, notice when I hold the hand to the side of my face, I have my elbow up and back. Okay, you want to keep that back and up. Our natural instinct, because what is comfortable is probably this. right? I mean, you could do that, but that looks fabulous. And that looks like you just can't be bothered. So, like I said before, if you have trouble lifting your arms, I understand. But, in any of the dances, try to always approach the dance with arms up high and strong. Okay, so your left hand is cupped like almost into a C, if you will, the side of your face or on the side of your eye, elbow up and back. And then your right arm is going to be fully extended, and you're kind of cheating at an angle, if you will. So I'm not straight out to the side, nor am I straight out to the front. I'm maybe at about a 45 degree right here, okay? So the movement is sweeping from the eye, okay? And then you're going to repeat on the opposite side. So what is fully extended, you'll bring into your eye, and then the hand on your eye will come to your opposite eye like so. So we're here, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then moonlight to make your moon. Both arms, okay, are out to the side, and you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you're bringing the arms up over your head, your palms are facing forward, your fingers are together, and your thumb is away from your fingers. When you're bringing it up, you're kind of turning in a little bit, so you're rounding it off, and reach up nice and far, okay? You're not here, but up here. So we're here, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the lyric goes, when you see Hanalei by moonlight, 2 and 3 and 4. Again, when you see 2 and 1, Hanalei by moonlight, 3 and 4. You will be in heaven by the sea. So from here, we're going to transition. You're here from the moon. You're going to turn it over. You're going to bring your hands, palms facing up, down, dropping your arms down to your hips. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be in heaven by the sea. Now our arms are down here, so we're going to turn the palms over so the palms are facing down. We're going to make the motion of the ocean, just like in our other hula. So for you first timers, the ocean goes thusly. You're going to lift your right wrist, keeping that left wrist down. Then you're going to drop the right, lift the left, right, and left. So from we're here, you will be in heaven by the sea. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so from the top again we go, when you see 2 and 1, Hanalei by moonlight, 3, 4, turn it over, you will be in heaven by the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, the next lyrics go, every breeze, every wave will whisper, you are mine, don't ever go away. So hands on the hips. So every breeze, so you're going to make the motion of the kamakani, if you will, the wind. So hands on the hips, you're going to take your left hand on your hip, and your right hand is going to sweep over your head. So you're going to go over your head like so. You're going to sweep 1 over your head, bring it back down to your hip. Anticipate switching to the opposite hand. So you hear every breeze, 1 and 2. Bring it down, 1 and 2. And then the hands are going to come down. So every breeze and switch. Then the lyrics go, every wave will whisper. So now your hands are at the hip. So shh, make the motion of going shh. So finger pointed at the mouth. Make sure you lift the elbow up. So from the mouth. And then you're going to switch sides. 1 and 2. So you hear 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay? So from the top we go, when you see Hanalei by moonlight. Turn it over, bring it down. You will be in heaven by the sea. 2, 3, then the wind. Every breeze switch, every wave will whisper. Switch sides. All right. You are mine. Don't ever go away. So we're going to do a come hither motion with the arms, both arms out to your right. So like you're waving somebody in, come here, come here. Okay. So you're come hither. Bring it to your chest. Switch sides. Come hither. Bring it in. Okay. So we're going, you are mine. Bring it in. Don't ever go. So you are mine. Don't ever go away. So hands on the hips. So we're going to shake our head and shake our finger like no, no, no. 2 on each side. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay. You are mine. Don't ever go away. 2 and 1 and 2. All right, let's start with the music. David, please. Don't worry about the feet just yet, just the hands, okay? Here we go. When you see from the eyes, and more music, please. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn it over. You will be in heaven. Then the motion of the ocean. Lift right. Left and right and left, every breeze switch, every wave, then from the mouth switch. You are mine. Come hither, come hither, come hither, and then no. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay, let's try that again from the tippy top. Any questions, concerns? Go ahead and post your messages there, and David will let me know. One more time from the top when you see. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then lift those arms. 2, 3. Turn your hands over. 1, 2, 3. Then the motion of the ocean. 2. Every breeze. 1. Sweep over the head, and then the mouth. Whisper out, whisper, come hither, come, bring it in, come. The 1, 2, and 1 and 2. Okay, beautiful. Now, let's take what we've learned with that up to that part of the song, because that's pretty much, I want to say, 85% of the song, and then we're going to do the chorus of the song. But I want you to get familiar with moving your body and dancing the song at the same time. So let's do that again, but this time you're going to incorporate the feet. So we have just the basic kaholo from the top. Okay, so from the top we've got our kaholo, and then with the hands, and then we're going to start when you see Hanalei by moonlight, you will be. So my feet are just doing the kaholos, right? By the sea. 2, 3, 4. Every breeze, every wave will whisper, you are mine, you are mine. Don't ever go away. 2, 1, and 2. Okay? From the tippy top. No questions or concerns? How many peeps do we got? All right, here we go. When you see 1, 2, 1, and then the moon. Reach up. 2, 3, turn it over. You will be in heaven. 1, 2, drop it low, and then the ocean. And 1, and 2. Every breeze. There we go. every breeze, every wave a whisper from the mouth, hand on the hip, finger from the mouth, switch side. Come hither, you are mine. Come, and then no. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? That's it. You got a note for me? Oh, Heather and Marguerite, mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for the stars, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we have a little aloha bucket out there if you want to donate some of your change laying around the house. We certainly do appreciate. Never expected, but certainly appreciated here during pandemic times for our poi fund, if you will. Let's try that one more time with the feet, and then we're going to move on to the chorus. Here we go, from the top. Arms up, let's add a kaholo in at the top. And 2. When you see from the eyes, Hanalei by moonlight, the moon. Reach up, turn your hands over, bring it down. 2, 3, then the ocean. 1, 2, every breeze. So one hand on the hip, the other hand is going over your head, and then whisper from the mouth, you are mine. Come hither. Come, and then no, and no. Okay? Beautiful. So now the next part of the song, or the chorus, if you will, the lyrics go, Hanalei, Hanalei moon is lighting beloved Kauai. Hanalei, Hanalei moon. Aloha no wau ia oi, which translates to Aloha no wau ia oi, Aloha no wau, I have so much love. It's just basically saying, Kauai, I love you. I love you, Kauai. I have so much love for you. Aloha no wau ia oi. Okay? So, Hanalei, Hanalei moon is lighting beloved Kauai. So we're going to sweep for Hanalei, Hanalei moon. So you're going to take your left hand, extend it out. So what we're shooting for is like we did in our little grass shack and in our hukilaus. We're doing the sweep. Okay? So you're going to take the left arm, it should be fully extended to the side of your face, cheating forward just a little bit. So you're not really back here. You're not forward either, but cheating forward just a little bit. The arm is fully extended, palm facing in. You're going to take your right arm, you're going to bring it over to the opposite side, because what we want to do, we want to end up here, but we have to get there somewhere, some way. So we're taking this arm, okay, you're taking your right arm and you're going to bring it over, palms down, across your chest, and sweeping and presenting, if you will, palm up, so you end up with a big L. Okay, so we're here. Hanalei. So it's quick. We're going 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going Hanalei, and then we're going to make the moon. You know how to do the moon, count of 4. Hanalei moon. So again, we're going Hanalei, then the moon, boom, boom, Hanalei moon. Now we're going to bring it down again, just like we did before. We're going to turn it over. You're going to drop it down. Is lighting, beloved. So we're coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your arms are here. You're going to make the motion of the island like we did in our previous song. So you're coming down here. You're going to take your hands here. You're about waist height, palm facing each other. And you're going to bring it in and around, make a big circle to form an island. So you're here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're here, Hanalei, then your moon, Hanalei moon, turn it over, is lighting, beloved, make your island, Kauai. Then we're going to repeat again. Hanalei Hanale, then the moon. Up overhead, Hanale moon. And then the big finish, Aloha no vau ia oe. So we're going to start here at the chest. Turn it over. You're going to bring it from the chest out. Aloha no vau, which is I love you. So we're going to go chest, aloha no vau. And then we're going to point to the right, ia oe, I love you. So we're going aloha no vau, ia oe. And then we're going to point. So both fingers, you're not pointing, but the index fingers are extended a little bit from the rest of your fingers to make the assumption that you are pointing, yeah? So, Hanale, then Hanale moon is lighting, beloved, Kauai, then Hanale again, Hanale, and then the moon overhead, Hanale moon, and chest and out. Aloha no vau ia oe. Okay, and that's the song. Let's try it. Can we go forward to the chorus? Okay, let's just try it with the hands, just the chorus part so you can get a feel of it. And then we're going to go through the whole thing with the hands, the whole song. The song goes through 2 times, but I'll walk you through it. Fear not. Okay, Hanale, so here comes the chorus. So standing in place, we're going Hanale, and then the moon, we go 1, 2, 3, turn it over, is lighting, drop it down, Kauai, Kauai, bring it around and joining in the front, and then Hanale again, 1, 2, Hanale moon, then the moon. 1, 2, 3. Aloha no vau ia oe from the chest. Aloha. Take your time. Out. And turn it over. Okay, let's try it with the feet from the top when you see. And switch. Hanale by moonlight. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it over. Drop it down, and then the ocean, you lift right and left, every breeze, left hand on the hip, right hand overhead, switch, and then the whisper. Which side? You are mine, come hither, come, and then going out, and Hanale, here we go, chorus, 1, 2, and then the moon, go 1, 2, lighting beloved Kauai, turn it over, and then you're going to make the motion of the island, bring it to the front, beautiful, Hanale, Hanale moon, overhead, aloha no vau ia oe from the chest, aloha, I love you, Kauai, turn it over. We're going to do the tag, aloha no vau ia oe again. Out. And point. Last time. Aloha no vau ia oe. Aloha. Beautiful. There you go, Hanale moon. Do you have a question, concern? Mahalo, Peggy, for the stars. Thank you very much.
Claire says she so loves the sound of your voice when you speak and sing Hawaiian.
Oh, mahalo nui loa. Thank you very much. Okay, so at the end of the song, as I always tell my students, there has to be an ending to every song. It's like the big ta-da of every song. So in this particular tune, you'll hear the song goes through twice. At the end of the second time through, you'll hear aloha no vau ia oe, aloha no vau ia oe. Then you hear it one more time, aloha no vau ia oe. So this particular version of this song doesn't really have a defined ending. So we're doing aloha novo, ia oe. That's the first time. Aloha, novo, ia oe. Then last time. Aloha, novo. All we're going to do is just step back with the right foot and point. Ia oe. That's all. And then we're going to drop our hands. And eventually we'll take a huge bow because that's what we do. All right. Let's try that one more time from the tippy top. Any questions or concerns? Awesome. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to go back. Did anybody make any notation of whether they were here for the first time or not?
A few. I didn't make it.
Okay. Well, if you're here, welcome. Welcome to Hula at Home. I try to do this every Friday unless otherwise specified. We're 4 songs now, first 4 songs deep. Today, once we're done with going through this song one more time, I'm going to go back to day 1 and try to go back through the other Hapahale tunes that we learned. And then if time permits, we might be able to get through Hawaiian Lullaby as well. Now, if you missed the previous classes, they are available online. David will be posting the link. It's under his Tiki Dave YouTube page, so you can find all the videos from day 1. So if you want to go back and reference, or you wanted to hear the song, or you'd forgotten a portion of the song and you wanted to get together with your friends, have some wine and dance hula, why not? So those links are going to be available a little later on this afternoon/evening. He'll be putting it up so that you can go and reference those if you want to. Okay, so let's give that a whirl from the tippy top. And then I'll walk you through the ending when the ending kicks in. Okay? Here we go. Go hold it from the top. When you see, from the eyes, and when you see, switch sides. Hanalei by moonlight. Arms out. 1, 2, 3. Then turn it over. Both arms. Drop it down. And then the motion of the ocean. You lift right and left. Every breeze. Overhead, switch sides, every wave will whisper from the mouth out. You are mine, don't ever go away. And then shaking your head. Okay, here comes the chorus. Hanalei, hanalei moon, sweeping with that big L. 1, 2, hanalei, and then the moon. 1. Then we're turning over again, bringing it down, lighting beloved Kauai. Then make your island, pull the arms into your body, make a big circle, joining at the front. Again, hanalei. And the moon. Aloha novo, ia oi, so from the chest. I love you, Kauai. And then turn it over and point. And then back to the top. When you see, here we go. When you see, hanalei by moonlight, you will be in heaven by the sea. And then 1. Every breeze, every wave will whisper. From the mouth, push it out. You are mine, don't ever go away. Come hither. 1. Bring it in. And then shake your head and your finger. Switch side. Here comes the chorus. And 1 and 2. Hanalei moon. Overhead. Lighting beloved Kauai. Turn it over. Kauai. Now pull those arms in to the body. Chorus and hanalei. Then the moon. 1, 2. Aloha novo ia oi. So from the chest, push it out. And then you turn over. Ia oi to you. Aloha novo ia oi. Last time. Aloha novo ia oi. And step back. And that is, my friends, Hanalei Moon. Yay! Awesome blossom. All right, so let's take a moment to go over our 2 Hapahale songs that we learned, I think, on our first day meeting together. For our first timers, you'll hear me, and I'm sure in your lifetime you will hear this phrase mentioned, but the words Hapahale together mean Hapa is the Hawaiian word for half of something. And the word haole was given to the first fair skin, the first foreigners, or white people, if you will, that came to Hawaii. And so when we refer to Hapahale songs, we are referring to songs that have a Hawaiian feel, but yet have English lyric. You know, there are so many Hawaiian tunes, if you will, but a lot of times for our visitors that come on the cruises with us or that visit Hawaii, you know, the songs that they know are the songs perhaps that they saw or they heard in a movie, like maybe Blue Hawaii with Elvis Presley. That's a classic Hapahale song. Or remember Shirley Temple, you know, she did her Little Grass Shack. That's a Hapahale tune. There were thousands and thousands of Hapahale songs, as well as, you know, traditional Hawaiian language songs. So through the course of my time with you, I try to teach you different styles of music. So we have learned a couple Hapahale tunes, and 2 of the ones that I taught on the first day are the ones that I teach on the cruise ship. As I mentioned before, my husband and I have been the Hawaiian ambassadors, or one of the pairs. We started off with 1 pair of Hawaiian ambassadors many, many years ago. And the program we helped create had become so popular that they had to have it on all the ships that were touching the Hawaiian Islands and the Pacific. And so we needed more people. So we have currently we have 4, is it 4 or 5? We have 4 couples that play that role, if you will. And it's a wonderful program, particularly for, you know, our 15-day Hawaiian cruises, whether they be out of Los Angeles or San Francisco. We've got ukulele classes. We've got hula. We meet every day. We have a big show at the end of the cruise in the theater. We show off all of our students, and it's pretty awesome. And I know a lot of you are out there that have cruised with us, and you're just itching to go back out to sea, and we certainly are too, but you know, we can't do it now, so why not do hula at home? And so that's why we're here, to just keep the aloha going. All right, so the first 2 songs that we learned when we started this hula at home was 1 song. We'll start with the Hokilao, because the Hokilao, I think, was that the first one we did, or did we do Little Grass Shack? The Hokilao. So the Hokilao incorporates many of the movements you've already learned. So our first timers, I'm just going to go over it real quick. The lyrics of the song go over going to a Hokilao, a hoki, 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 Hokilao. So we're going to hitchhike. You take your hands on your hip, you take your right hand, you're going to make a fist, pop out your thumb, you're going to throw it over your shoulder 2 times. Hokilao. Hoki in Hawaiian means to pull, and a hokilao essentially is talking about going to the ocean and throwing out your net, or your fishing net, if you will. And to hoki is to pull the net in, like when you saw in those Elvis Presley Don Ho movies, you know, people were down, like, you know, with the what did the music sound like? I can't remember. Felt like when they went down to the hokilao and like, hey, hey, whatever they determined sounded like Hawaiian music, and people went to the ocean, and the men primarily with their lavas with their little fabric wraps, and they were pulling in their nets. So the hokilao basically is talking about going to the ocean and pulling in your net. So we're going to pull twice on either side, twice from the front, the right side, like you're pulling a big rope, 2 times, 1 and 2. Then the left side, 1 and 2. Okay, so we're going, oh, we're going to a hokilao, a hooky, 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 and then back to the right again, hokilao. Everybody loves the hokilao. Hands at your chest, nice and high, palms facing down. You're going to turn your hands over, push your arms out in front of your body, open your arms like so. So it's 1 smooth move. Everybody loves the hokilao. We're going to pull twice again from the right. Loves the hokilao. Where? The lau lau is the kau at the big luau. Now, lau lau is a Hawaiian dish made from the leaves of the taro plant. Now, some of you out there, you like taro chips? Well, Those chips are made from the root of the taro plant, and how the laulau is made from the leaves. And the leaves, I want to say the texture of it is similar to spinach, if you will. It's very healthy and super tasty, one of our favorite things to eat. And what we do is we take the tops of the taro, or the luau leaves, if they call them. They're clean and they're piled. It depends on how big they are. They're clean, and maybe 4 or 5 of those leaves are piled high, and then it's stuffed with pork or beef, fish, wrapped and steamed in the imu, or the underground oven. Some people still steam now with Instapot. Everybody's Instapotting and air frying everything, so I wouldn't be surprised if, we got air fry laulau. But in any event, it is a delicious Hawaiian treat, where the laulau is the kaukau. Kaukau, spelled K-A-U-K-A-U. Kaukau is the Hawaiian word for food in general. Kaukau, if you have like a bunch of food there's some kaukau, or the act of eating is kaukau as well. And then at the big luau, a luau essentially is a feast. Okay, so where the laulau is the kaukau at the big luau, you're going to take your right hand and you're going to cup your hand to make like a bowl. Left hand, index, middle finger. In the olden times, they used to eat their poi. Poi was made from the root of the taro plant, steamed and pounded into a paste. It was kind of like the rice or mashed potato, if you will, of its time. We love poi. Poi is so expensive. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous to buy it. It's even more ridiculous to try and grow it and harvest it. I mean, it's just so much work involved, and it makes sense why it costs so much. But so in the olden times, people would eat, the Hawaiians would eat poi with their fingers. There were no utensils, so just like our Indian friends, they ate with their hands. So they had a bowl. Of their poi, and they used their fingers. So 2-finger poi. So you got your bowl with your right hand. You're going to cup your hand. Left hand, left hand, index, middle finger, you're going to dip into your bowl. And then you're going to bring your poi to your mouth. You're going to go back for seconds because it's so delicious. And then you're going to bring it to your mouth. So it's 2 times, where the laulau is the kaukau at the big luau. From the top, we're going to a hukilau. A hooky, 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 hukilau from the chest. Everybody pull. Loves the hukilau. Then bowl to the mouth. Where the laulau is the kaukau at big luau. Now, the lyrics go, we throw our nets out into the sea, and all the amma come swimming to me. So the amma are the fish. But you know what? The amma are crabs. So I don't know where that came from, but that's another class. So we throw our nets out into the sea. Take both arms above your shoulders, palms facing up. Take your hands, throw them up over your head, and drop them nice and low. And from here, we're going to the ocean again. So you remember that from the previous song. So we're here. We throw our nets, and then the ocean. This one's quick, so you're going to go right, left, right, left. We throw our nets out into the sea, and all the fish. So you're going to keep your hands low, right over left. Who is this?
Scam likely.
It's a doctor. Okay, drop it down, nice and low. You know what? That might be for. Yeah, okay, so palm facing down, thumb sticking out, and then you're going to dip your fingers like twice to the right, so that's your fish, yeah? So twice to the right, 1, 2, twice to the left. So from here we're going, we throw our nets out into the sea, and all the amma come swimming to me. Then back to the top. We're going to a hukilau, a hooky, 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 hukilau. Then the second part, what a beautiful day for fishing, the old Hawaiian way. Now this portion of the song is quick, okay? So your hands are low. You're going to make a big circle, so bringing the arms together. Over the head, the arms end up here. So it's what a beautiful day for fishing. Left hand across the chest, your right arm, you're going to bend, rest that elbow on your hand like so. This is going to become your fishing pole, so you're going to dip it into the water 2 times. So we put it together, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. The old Hawaiian way, you're going to amikuku, so hands on the hips. We're going 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3. All the hukilau nets are swishing down in Old Laie Bay, so we're going to pull 2 times from the right. All the hukilau nets are swishing down in Old Laie Bay, just like we did before with Hanalei Moon to make the island of Kauai. We're going to keep it low. Down in Old Laie Bay, and then back to the top again. Oh, we're going to a hukilau, hukilau. Now, the song goes through 2 times. And don't forget, at the end, we do have the... this is driving me crazy. Okay. At the end, you're going to have the tag, which is a hooky, 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 lao. So we're going to be hooky, 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 lao. You're going to hear me say the word lava, which is the Hawaiian word for enough. That's the cue, like it's time to end the song. At which point, you're going to put your hands on your hips. You're going to step to the right. Bring your feet together, step to the left, bring your feet together. You're going to step back on your right foot with your weight on your right. Touch your shoulders with your fingertips, and then bring your hands to the front, right over left. Keep it low so you don't cover your face. And then that's going to be the big finish, okay? Let's just go for it so we can get through both of those. Ooh, time is, for this, it's 51. All right, here we go from the top. Okay, we got a kaholo at the top. Here we go, kaholo right, kaholo left. So hitch right. Oh, we're going to a hooky lao. Hooky left side. Everybody, push it out. Lau lau is the cow cow, bowl to the mouth. Throw out your nets. Ocean. All the ama the fish. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Oh, we're going. Hooky. Hooky, all right, beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Ami kuku, hands on the hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, pull it in. Left side, down in the bay, drop it low. Oh, we're going. Hooky. Left side, pull it in, both arms. Everybody from the chest. Pull to the mouth. Throw out your nets. We throw our nets, ocean. Oh, we're going hooky. Hooky. From the top. To a hooky lao. Hooky everybody. From the chest. Push it out. Pull it in. Bowl to the mouth 2 times. Bowl to the mouth. Throw out your nets. Oh, we're going hooky. Hooky. Beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Ami kuku. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Pull it in. Down in the bay. Oh, we're going hitch right. Hooky. Hooky everybody. Pull it in, bowl to the mouth 2 times. Throw out your net. Ocean. All the ama. Oh, we're going hitchhike. All right, big finish coming soon. Keep pulling. All right, here we go. Lava, big finish, hands on the hips. Step right, left, back, ta-da. And there you go. That's the hukila. Awesome. How's the time? All right, we only got 4 or 5 more minutes left. So before we do that, yes, sir. No, let's just go for Little Grass Shack. Just a quick reminder, folks, we meet here every Friday. If you've enjoyed what I've brought you today, we have our Aloha tip jar. The information is there on the page. If you want to send, as my husband would say, a few shekels some loose change hanging around. We're greatly appreciated. Never expected, but always appreciated during these hard, jobless pandemic times. So of course, David's got his ukulele play along coming up in just a few. And also, for those of you, like I know a lot of you have been purchasing face masks. I make beautiful face masks. I make all kinds of stuff. If you want some beautiful Hawaiian face masks, I just finished an order for 8 that are being shipped out for a family that will be visiting Aulani, Disney's Aulani on the island of Oahu, and they all want to look the same, so they turn out quite lovely. Check out my Kini Creations Facebook page there. You'll see the different things that I have for sale, all of my handmade items, whether they be lei or flower hair clips, face masks, American Girl doll clothes, ukulele straps. I got all kinds of goodies, all right? So let's just go for it. Since we don't have the time, let's just go for our little grass shack before I wrap it up for the day. And of course, feel free to post any questions or concerns you have on the page. And as I mentioned before, David will be posting the link to the YouTube link for the class. If you want to go back and reference the dances, you can go there. Okay? So here we go. Let's do Little Grass Shack. If you didn't learn it, just follow along. It's super easy. All right, here we go. Kahola from the top. I want to go back, so we're going to hitchhike over the shoulder to the shack, and then we're going to sweep, just like in Honolulu. We're going to frame our body. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to think on the right, and then the left. I can hear at the ear on the beach. 1, back at the ear again. I can hear the old Hawaiians. All right, Ami Kuku with the come hither arms. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Shake your head and your hand. Switch sides. Back to Kona. That's a grand old place. Big arms. Drop them down. Open and hold. Frame your body. Count of 4. I'm just a little Hawaiian. Hitchhike. Bolt to the mouth. And then I want to go back to my little grass shack, sweep and hold. And then your fish. That's our steak fish of Hawaii, the trigger fish. All right, back and forth, to the right, to the left. Let's keep going. And that's it. We're going to go back to the top one more time. From the top, I want to go back to the shack. Kelikiko Hawai'i. Sweep, that's in Kona. That's on our island, but on the other side. Sweep that I used to know. Think and think. I can hear. Play your guitar on the beach. Back at the ear again, I can hear the old Hawaiian saying, come hither, come to my house, we'll have a good old time. Shake your fingers, shake your head, switch sides. It's a grand old place. Drop your arms. Keep those arms open, frame your body, count of 4. I'm just a little Hawaiian. I want to go back, hitchhike. Bolt to the mouth. Back to the shack. Kelikiko Hawaii. And then sweep. Then your fish, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Keep it going. Try saying that 10 times really fast. Here we go. Lava, big finish. Step right, step left, step back. Hands together. And there you go, little grass shack. Once again, thank you everyone for another fabulous day of Hula at Home. I'm Leialoha, come to you from Hilo, Hawaii. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you again. Visit me on Kini Creations, that's Kini Creations with a K on Facebook. Say hello if you have any questions or concerns. So I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. In the meanwhile, you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Please, please stay safe. And we'll see you until next time. Ahui ho and aloha. Hang loose.